I took a cheap night job because it was quiet work and I needed the money. The building was an old office place that got rented out to different businesses, and my job was basically to lock up, walk through, and make sure nothing was left running. The guy training me pointed at a door at the end of a hallway and said casually, "That one stays shut." The fluorescent lights in that hall had a low buzz, and the carpet smelled faintly like dust and old cleaner. He didn't explain it, and I didn't ask, because it sounded like one of those dumb workplace rules that only exist because someone did something stupid once. A few nights later, I was doing my last walkthrough, and I noticed the air felt colder in that hallway, like I'd stepped into a shadow that didn't match the temperature of the rest of the floor. It wasn't dramatic, just enough that the hair on my arms lifted and I slowed down. When I got closer, I saw the door wasn't shut all the way. It was open a few inches, like it hadn't latched. I stood there listening, and that's when I heard it. A faint, regular sound from inside, like slow tapping, then a pause, then another tap. Two even to be pipes. I told myself it was something hanging, something settling, anything normal. I pushed the door open and the tapping stopped immediately. The room was dark and empty, except for a chair placed in the center, facing the doorways like it had been set there on purpose, the seat fabric catching just a little of the hall light. I backed out and pulled the door shut, but it didn't close cleanly. It caught, like something was in the way. Even though nothing was there, I forced it closed and stepped away, and that's when the tapping started again on the other side of the door, closer than before, like it was right up against the wood. I didn't run. I walked fast, finished the rest of the building without looking down that hallway again, and left early with my keys sweating in my hand. The next day, I asked the trainer about that door. He didn't answer my question. He just asked me, "Did you open it?" When I said yes, he stared at me for a long second and told me with anger and fear in his voice, "Don't do that again."